is Mark St. John Carson?
Well, I believe that I am whatever is needed at the time that it's needed. If I'm needed to pick up kids, that's me. If I'm needed to cook a meal, that's me. If it's needs, somebody needs to be run somewhere, that's me. So hopefully I'm doing a fairly decent job in trying to meet the needs of my family because they are the most important to me.
So your family is your motivation and your inspiration?
Everything after trying to please God.
What makes Mark St. John Carson laugh out loud from his gut?
What makes me laugh? Great comedy.
Okay.
People who have a gift to just say things from a perspective that were not assumed.
Alright, so on the other side of that, what makes you cry?
What makes me cry, at one time I wasn't a crier. Now that I've matured some, I cry very easily on stories about overcoming obstacles in life. Situations that seem insurmountable, but somehow people persevere and overcome something that was something that they didn't think they would overcome, or they finally made it. Like, those kinds of moments are very sensitive. I'm very sensitive to those kind of moments, and tears will just start happening.
But how did you learn to love your children individually so you could respond to them individually and meet their needs individually?
By never having it. By never having a father to display what I longed for. That's the key to being able to connect with pursuing something that I've never experienced, because I wanted it but couldn't have it. So it is my life's obligation to make sure that they never feel that, to the best of my ability.
And it's been 28 years of marriage for you all.
28 years.
After 28 years, if you knew then what you know now, would you still have chosen her when you saw her at Bladensburg?
Are you talking about in light of having gone through the 28
Yes.
years? Absolutely. Positively. We have this thing that when we look back over our lives, we realize that we got married too young. We had no plan. We didn't fulfill our individual goals individually before coming together. So you can say it like this: we did everything wrong. But the amazing thing about it is, when you allow God to deal with that place of doing everything wrong, somehow He's able to turn things in a way where everything that was done wrong is a learning lesson. It becomes not only brings us closer together, knowing one another and knowing each other, but it allows us to be a help to other people. So I would absolutely, positively choose her over again.
What do you regret most, if anything, in your life?
I regret not making certain financial decisions when I were younger. Because one of the things that you realize is that life is about making wise decisions concerning your future. And so one of the regrets is, if I would have had a different mindset about money when I were young, I would be in a different position in terms of being able to accomplish certain things.
What has brought you the most joy?
What has brought me the most joy, this may seem weird to some people, but how God has never left me. In spite of all the failures, all of the shortcomings, all of any and everything that I didn't do right, He still stayed with me. in a very tangible way. And that will forever bring me the most joy out of all of the things that bring me joy.
This is your opportunity to tell whoever is watching something about yourself that we haven't covered so far, but something that's in your spirit that you want the world to know about you.
Great question. I want the world to know about me that I just love the Lord. Like, I think Jesus is like all of that. I think a relationship with him, I know my relationship with him has changed every aspect about my life for the better. And I hope that my voice that's left in this earth is a voice that changes millions and millions of people's hearts. That's what I want people to know